Hey, you guys want to see a magic trick? Check this out. Huh? Oh, yeah. Okay, just keep going with it. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is falling apart. So far we have. Oh God, this is bad. Packers, Packers, Hold on, it's in here somewhere. Oh, okay. Win. Okay, hold on. This was a failed bit, guys. It's Packers win the Super Bowl. Okay? That was the bit, but I was going to have this slick thing where it's like I pull it out and it's like whoop-ah! But it turns out toilet paper is not the most hard. This was a failed bit, so comedy. What up, everyone? It's Mamba. We're doing our annual freaking NFL playoff predictions video. Playoffs start this weekend, so I gotta get this thing out. The intro was clearly rushed and not good, so I'm sorry. But let's get into these predictions that'll probably make me look stupid in a few weeks. All right, starting off, we got the Bills, we got the Texans. These are two franchises that have struggled in the postseason recently, so I just trust the Bills' defense more than I trust the Texans' offense. Injuries also play a factor in favor for the Bills. I mean, you got Will Fuller and Kenny Stills banged up. If either of them can't play, or maybe even if both can't play, I'm assuming at least, I think Will Fuller will be able to go. But if they don't play, that means they can just solely focus on stopping DeAndre Hopkins, and that's going to be a big problem for the Texans, right? So, I mean, J.J. Watt's coming back. Jonathan Joseph is playing, so that's good. Laramie Tunsil's hurt, but I feel like he's going to play. But, you know, Deshaun Watson getting protection's been a huge problem for him his whole NFL career. Ty Nsekhe, Shaq Lawson, Levi Wallace, main injured players for the Bills, but most of them were all limited in practice, so they should be good to go for a playoff game. But overall, I got 27-17 Bills. Sorry, Texans fans. I just think this Bills got solid. They got solid defense. They got a good enough offense, and they're going to move on to the next round. All right, next round. We got Titans and we got the Patriots. This has been one where I'm going back and forth. The Titans are a hot team. Patriots have been struggling the second half of the season, but the Titans are inexperienced. The Patriots are very experienced. So, Patriots are a little more banged up than the Titans. You got Julian Edelman, Jamie Collins, Jason McCourty, Marcus Cannon, Jonathan Jones, Jawan Bentley, Terrence Brooks, all limited in practice. I'm pretty sure Edelman's been limited in practice all season, so he's going to go. I expect most of these guys will be able to go, but obviously those injuries will play a little bit of a role if they're banged up. Titans have Jack Conklin, Khalif Raymond, Cody Hollister's limited. Adam Humphries has been hurt. I don't think he's going to be playing. But the main thing here, even with all those injuries aside, Patriots need to figure out a way to contain and stop Derrick Henry, the rushing leader of this year. He's been insane. If the Patriots can stop Derrick Henry, which, you know, they have a solid defense, I think they can. If they focus on it, they can stop Derrick Henry. If they can make Ryan Tannehill beat them, make them outplay Tom Brady in the playoffs, I think the Patriots got a good shot. You know, the Patriots running game needs to play well. Sony Michel, James White, Rex Burkhead, they need to step up. Like they usually, James White's always stepped up in the playoffs. Some of the Patriots receivers need to help Tom out. I mean, N'Keal Harry, Mohamed Sanu, who they traded a second-round pick, and he hasn't really done much. Philip Dorsett's been quiet second half of the season. Someone other than Julian Edelman needs to step up. But you know what? I don't think the Patriots are going one and done. I feel like Tom Brady thinks this may be his last shot. I got 20-17 Patriots. It's going to be a close one, but I have the Patriots winning this one. Next up, we got the Seahawks in Philadelphia. So, obviously, the Eagles have been murdered by injuries all year. And it seems like Zach Ertz is not going to play. I mean, he's got what is it, a lacerated kidney? That's no joke. So, I would obviously hope he doesn't play because that could lead to something a lot more serious. Does sound like they're getting Jordan Howard back. Sounds like they're getting Miles Sanders back, which is huge. Cornerback Jalen Mills is coming back for the Eagles. Sounds like Nelson Aguilar is still not going to play. Seahawks are obviously without their running backs they've been using all year. Chris Carson, Brashad Penny. They got Lynch back, and he's got another week to prepare and practice with this team. Travis Homer, that running back for the Seahawks, he looked not too bad against San Francisco. Looks like Dwayne Brown and Michael Kendricks aren't playing for the Seahawks. So both teams are pretty banged up. But I just think Russell Wilson has more weapons right now than Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has no one to throw the ball to now that Ertz is probably not going to play. So, but I still think this is going to be a close one because the Eagles got their running game back, something they haven't really had healthy in probably since mid-regular season. So I think it'll still be a close one. I think Carson Wentz will keep it interesting, but I got 24-20 Seahawks. I still have toilet paper in my mouth. What's wrong with me? All right, so now we got the most talked about first-round matchup in the playoffs. We got the Vikings at the Saints. Obviously, this team has had some history in the playoffs. Brett Favre throwing that interception to Tracy Porter that would have sent them to the Super Bowl. You had the Stephon Diggs, Marcus Williams whiff tackle. So it's going to be interesting this year. Both teams are relatively healthy, so that's great. You know, even though I'm a Packers fan, I still like to see the Vikings healthy. I want to beat teams at full strength. So the only questions are Eli Apple for the Saints, Eric Kendricks, and Mackenzie Alexander for the Vikings, but I think both of those guys will suit up. Saints have been on fire since Brees has come back. The Vikings had a little bit of a struggle in the near end of the season. You know, Dalvin Cook's been injured. Adam Thielen's coming back from injury. The Vikings need Adam Thielen to step up because that team is a whole much better team with Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs being a dynamic duo, right? So how I picture this game, New Orleans is going to go off to a crazy start. They're going to get off to a big lead in the first half. But Kirk Cousins won't go down quietly, all right? Even though we like to make fun of Kirk Cousins for not stepping up against winning teams. I think they're going to put up a little fight in the second half, make it a very interesting game. Possibly even make it a one-score game at one point, but it's going to be too little too late. I have 34-24 Saints. So, yeah. Moving on to the second round, we had the Bills advancing. We had the Patriots advancing. The Bills were a lower seed than the Patriots, so it's going to be Bills versus the Ravens in Baltimore. Ravens defense has been very good second half of the season. Offense has stayed dominant. They've stayed healthy, which is really good. I believe the Ravens defense can shut down the Bills offense more than the Bills defense can shut down the Ravens offense. Basically, I think Lamar Jackson can make more plays than Josh Allen, right? Lamar Jackson's got more weapons than Josh Allen. He's a little quicker than Josh Allen, but Josh Allen is still a great athlete. So I think this game will be close in the first half, but then it's just going to be 1 to 2 big plays that the Ravens usually make every game, and that's just going to have them run away with it. I got like 31-17 Ravens. All right, we got another playoff rematch. We got the Patriots in Kansas City. I think it was in New England last year. Was it? I don't know. But it's a nice little rematch. Chiefs still have a lot of weapons and an improved defense from last year. Patriots defense got better from last year, but their offense is kind of not as good as last year. I think a lot of people will expect this to be a shootout, but I think the defenses will do a good job of containing both offenses. I think this is really going to go down to Mahomes will make 1 or 2 big plays that Tom Brady just can't make with the offensive line he has, with the weapons he has around him. He's not going to have those big check down plays that he usually has, right? So, I think this is it for the Patriots. I got 27-17 Chiefs, and I'm going to predict this is probably Tom Brady's final game in the NFL. I think this is how it ends. Even though Skip Bayless wants to say he's going to the Chargers, I don't think he would do that to the Patriots fans. I think he's done. I think this was the final ride, and Tom Brady's going to retire. Still pretty good in going to the playoffs and making a run for the Super Bowl. So hey, end of an era. Moving on to the NFC, we have the Seahawks and the Saints advancing. So the Seahawks are the lower seed. So we get game 3, Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. Split games in the regular season. Both games were super entertaining, and this one won't be any different, right? Russell Wilson in the second half of the season really didn't show because he was an MVP candidate in the first half of the season, and then Lamar Jackson kind of just ran away with it. And Russell Wilson kind of struggled with some injuries around him, a tough schedule. But I think Russell Wilson's going to step up big time. He's going to hold a little grudge for that Week 17, losing by inches. Marshawn Lynch is going to get more comfortable with this offense. I think the Seattle defense will do just enough to give the Seahawks more time of possession than the 49ers. I think Russell Wilson can go on longer drives, keep the plays going, than Jimmy Garoppolo can do. I think Jimmy Garoppolo's really like 30-yard gains or bust. So, and I think that's really going to bite the 49ers here. They've had a lot of crazy endings, the Niners, this year, but I just don't think they have anything left in them. I got 38-31 Seahawks. It's going to be a really good game, but this is it for the Seahawks, or the 49ers, and I got the Seahawks moving to the NFC Championship game. Now we have the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau Field. Obviously, I'm a little biased, so let's just keep that in mind right away, okay? Everyone has been saying the narrative for this Packers team, they're 13-3. The Packers' record is better than they are as a team. And there is some truth to that, but still, you don't end up 13-3 and not be a good team, right? You got to have something that's clicking. You know, it's got to be some of the defensive additions they've had this year in Zadarius Smith, who no one is talking about for Defensive Player of the Year, but he really should be in the conversation. Preston Smith's been great. Adrian Amos has been great. Jair Alexander's had a great second year. I mean, this has just been an incredible Packers defense. Aaron Jones has had an incredible year on the Packers offense. Devontae Adams is healthy now, and him and Aaron Rodgers are still clicking. Aaron Rodgers has not had his best season. I think he had 16 overthrows in Week 17, which was tied for like Josh Freeman since they've been counting overthrows as a stat. That's not a good thing. But, I mean, it's better to overthrow than to underthrow and cause turnovers, right? So, but I think Aaron Rodgers is going to, it's playoff time. He's going to get into his old Aaron Rodgers self, not prime Aaron Rodgers self, but he's gonna have a really good run here. This Saints team is still very scary, man. It's still very scary. The Packers have stayed healthy. Saints have stayed healthy. That's really good. But the Saints defense isn't as good as the Packers defense, in my opinion. I think the Packers can rush Drew Brees more, pressure him more than the Saints will be able to with the Packers' solid offensive line and Aaron Rodgers' ability to escape and go outside of the pocket and make plays. Obviously, I'm looking at this game from a biased perspective, but I can see the Packers defense slowing down Drew Brees enough, and the Saints offense just not doing enough to keep up with what the Packers are putting up on the board. Packers are going to do just enough to get the W. I got 24-20 Packers. Now we get into the conference championship matchups. We have the Kansas City Chiefs in Baltimore taking on the Ravens. Sports media is going to be drooling all over this freaking game. Patrick Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson. Holy cow, my wiener just grew 18 inches thinking about this game. That's what sports media is going to be doing, all right? So, Ravens and Chiefs, two hot defenses that no one's really talking about, right? The Chiefs' defense has improved so much from last year, but no one is really talking about the Chiefs like they were last year because Mahomes was this new thing last year. But now we got Lamar Jackson, so we're going to freak out about him, right? So, I don't think the Chiefs' defense is really going to be able to stop Lamar Jackson from running the ball. He's going to get 10 yards here, 8 yards here, 15 yards here, 20 yards here. You're not going to stop that. What you have to stop is you have to stop Mark Ingram. You have to stop their running game other than Lamar Jackson. So no Mark Ingram, no Gus Edwards. You have to stop the big plays. Somehow Mark Andrews always gets wide open at least 2 times a game for 2 touchdowns. I don't know how it happens. The Chiefs defense has to stop it, and I think they can. The biggest question is can the Chiefs run the ball enough so that the Ravens have to worry about that and not just solely focus on Patrick Mahomes going to Travis Kelce, going to Sammy Watkins, going to Tyreek Hill, right? So I think for every weapon Lamar Jackson has, Mahomes has one as well, and it's faster and better. So I think people are going to expect a shootout game, but I really just don't see a shootout game. I think there's going to be a good amount of points scored, but it's not going to be like 45-40 like some people will hope for. Too many people are sleeping on the Chiefs defense this year. Some are even forgetting how good the Chiefs offense still is. Like, seriously, they went 12-4 with Patrick Mahomes missing a few weeks, right? I would argue they probably could have beat the Packers if Mahomes was healthy. But I got this a close game, medium scoring game. I got 24-17 Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. Now we get the rematch I've been waiting for since 2014 where these two teams met in the NFC Championship. Seahawks, but this time it's in Lambeau. Now I have to relive Brandon Bostic somehow thinking, oh, I'll make a play. Forget you, Jordy Nelson. I know you have great hands and you've been one of the most reliable Packers in Packers history, but I'm going to make a play, me as a backup tight end. Kick rocks, Brandon Bostic. Holy frick. And even if that didn't happen, all we had to do was not let the freaking Seahawks convert that trash freaking two-point conversion where they had Russell Wilson, but he somehow escapes, freaking rolls back about 20 yards and just throws an Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary, and freaking Luke Wilson just catches it even though he's been covered greatly, and he just falls into the end zone for a two-point conversion where the Packers would eventually march down the field for a game-tying field goal that could have been a game-winning field goal. This team should have been playing Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, and I'm ticked. That game still infuriates me, I'm sorry. But this time around, it's in Lambeau. Rodgers won't be hobbling around on one foot. Brandon Bostic won't be anywhere near an NFL field. Both teams are completely different. So, both teams pulled off impressive wins against two of the best teams in the NFL. Like, the freaking Seahawks pulled off against the 49ers. The freaking Packers pulled off a great win against the Saints. So, these two teams are proven, right? So, hello, my name's Matt. I'm biased as frick. I think the Packers will be able to contain Russell Wilson just enough. They're going to shut down the run with Marshawn Lynch and Travis Homer. I think the Packers will be able to learn from the mistakes that the 49ers made the previous week against the Seahawks. Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams, they'll be able to do enough on offense. The only thing I worry about is Geronimo Allison doing another stupid fumble because the man has had zero hands all season. I worry about Jimmy Graham. I feel like he's going to disintegrate every time he somehow is able to bring in a ball and move forward. He can't do anything after he catches the ball. They've both been incredibly disappointing this year, but I feel like both of them have it in them to break my heart, but I just don't think they will. I'm going to stay optimistic. The Seahawks are a solid team, but they have a lot of flaws. Obviously, Chris Carson and Rashad Penny going down is going to hurt. Their defense isn't the same as it was of the previous years. Packers' defense is great. I think the Packers offense is going to click it during this postseason run. I got 31-20 Packers. Packers are going to the Super Bowl. Are any of you shocked that I predicted that? All right, so it's Super Bowl time. We got the Chiefs against the Packers. This was actually the matchup I predicted in my before the season even started predictions video. So this was the matchup I actually predicted. So, I'm pretty sure you guys know who I think will win this game, all right? Like, hello, come on. Containing Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill is very alarming. Those are two great weapons, and even then, you have Sammy Watkins as a third weapon, which is crazy. But the Packers defense will be able to shut down the run, just solely focus on rushing Patrick Mahomes, giving him no time for Tyreek Hill to get wide open, right? I think Aaron Jones is going to have an insane game. I think he's going to have one of those games where he gets like 150 combined yards. He's going to get 2 to 3 touchdowns. And I think he's going to be your Super Bowl MVP. Andy Reid, keep looking for that Super Bowl because it ain't happening this year. I got 34-27 Packers. Aaron Jones is your Super Bowl MVP. Skip Bayless is going to laugh about how Aaron Jones and this Packers defense carried Aaron Rodgers to another Super Bowl. But I'm not going to care because the Packers are going to be Super Bowl champions. And this has been my predictions video, guys. I do have another video planned. I'm going to do my before the season started predictions video. Remember that video? I'm going to do that, and I'm going to combine it with this predictions video. Once this whole entire NFL season's done, I'm going to do a little bit of a punishment video, right? Because I'm pretty sure I did pretty awful in predicting the records for NFL teams before the season started. Let's just say I thought the Falcons were going to be an incredible team, and I thought the 49ers were going to suck. Okay? Little preview there. But I'm going to do a little bit of a punishment video because I can't be making these trash predictions. I gotta punish myself to make sure I improve in the later years to come. All right? So look out for that video once the season's over. Go Pack Go. Hope you guys enjoy NFL postseason. Hope you guys enjoyed me rambling, probably not making sense. Be sure to leave your predictions down in the comments and make fun of my predictions, even though none of this even is official yet and none of these games happen. But please tell me I'm wrong, and please tell me why your predictions are right. Thank you so much. I'm Matt Mamba. I don't know how to close videos. I wasted so much toilet paper. See you freaking later. Let's go, guys. It's a party in the Matt Mamba house. Bye. Oh, I caught it. Hey, did you see that?